Okay, this is the final screen recording in this series for exercise 3.17. Within this video we're going to look at creating a chart of accounts from the cash receipts and cash payments journals that we've just finished and done the totals for. So we'll create a chart of accounts, we'll post all of our totals into our ledger, and then we're going to take the ledger and pop it into a trial balance as well. So the first thing we need to do is work out which accounts we actually need. So I've got here a little REALO summary. So we'll go through and pick those out. So from the cash receipts journal, we'll start with the top here, looking for revenue accounts. We've got sales here on the end, so I'll pop that in. Don't forget your account number on the front there. Okay, I also see commission revenue down here. Okay, I don't see any other revenue accounts in the cash receipts journal here, so that's all good. Have a quick check of the cash payments journal. It's quite unusual that we do have a revenue account over here, but it's always good just to check, and in this instance it has paid off. We've got a sales returns account here. That's classified as a revenue account, a negative revenue. So I'll pop that in. Sales returns. So next we'll do our expense accounts. So from, again, unusual that we'd have any expense accounts in the cash receipts journal, but it's always best just to check. I don't see any in there, so we'll go on to our cash payments. Across the top here, we've got, straight away I can see wages. So we'll pop that one in over here. And I can also see, if we look down our other column here to check what we've got in the other accounts, I can see one straight here for electricity. So we'll pop that in as well. Okay, those are all our expense accounts. So if we move on to our asset accounts, on both cash payments and cash receipts journal we have accounts for the bank. So bank is an asset, so I'll pop that in there. On our cash receipts journal here, if we look across the top, I can see that we've got an account here for accounts receivable. So we'll pop that in over here as well. And that accounts receivable was for a guy called T. Jack, so I'll pop that in there. Okay, don't see any other asset accounts in there. We hop over to our cash payments journal, we look across the top. You can see here that we've got an account for inventories, so we'll whack that in there. And we've also got an account for office equipment. So I'll pop that in. Okay, so nothing else from our other column going across. No. just the office equipment. So we'll move on to our liability accounts now. So back into our cash payments journal, if we look across the top, yep, so we've got accounts payable here. So pop that in here. So accounts payable. We've also got an account for GST clearing across the top there, so we'll pop that in too. Okay, have a quick check down the other column. Are there any liability accounts in there? Nope, nope, nope. Quick check of the cash receipts journal. Don't see any liability accounts in here, so that's all good. So I'll move on to the owner's equity accounts. We have a look, nothing across the top for owner's equity. Look down the other column. Yep, we've got one just here for capital. So we'll pop in the capital account. Okay, so now we've done that, the next step is to pop them all. Okay, so once you've got a ledger that looks a little bit like this, so we popped all the accounts into the ledger, we can go through and start to pop the totals from the columns in the cash receipts and cash payments journal into these areas. So it's always best if we post from the cash receipts and cash payments journal to the ledger. Make sure we get everything that way. So we'll post the first total that we've got available, which comes from the sales column. So that's $3,370, and it's just going into the sales account. So we'll pop over into here. So we're posting all of these to the end of the month. Sales is credit by nature, so this is going to belong on the credit side. So once that's in, we'll go back over to the cash receipts journal and we'll colour in that square, just so we remember that we've already posted it. Okay. Haven't got a total in this column. The next one over is from the other column, so we need to post these accounts individually. And we post these ones the day that they occurred, because we're not posting a total. So the first account that we've got to post is capital for $6,000, and it happened on February the 3rd. So we pop back into the ledger. I'm going to go down and find our capital account. Here it is. So Feb the 3rd. Particulars are going to be bank again. Cash receipts journal for our posting reference, and $6,000. Okay, back over into the receipts. We'll colour in that square so make sure that we know that we posted it. Next column, next square rather, in the other column, we've got commission revenue happening here. That occurred just once, and we're not posting a total, so I'll post it for the actual day. It occurred on the 5th of February. So we'll pop that into our ledger, find our commission revenue account. It's up the top here. February the 5th. Bank are going to be our particulars, cash receipts journal, and $510. Our revenue accounts are credit by nature, so that's going to go onto the credit side. We'll colour in this box here so we know we've done it. Next one we've got is inventories. It's a purchase return in this account here. So the way we do that is we're returning goods that we've purchased, so we're wanting our inventory account to go down and our bank account to go up, because we're getting the money back and we're losing our inventories. So the way we post that to the ledger, we'll find our inventories account, and it's going to go on the credit side. Even though it's an asset, we'll post it to the credit side. So it only happened once on the 5th. We're not posting a total, we'll post it for that specific date. Posting reference is still going to be CRJ. Particular is going to be the bank. And $200. Colour in that square so that we know we've done it. We have a look through here. We've got our accounts receivable. We're posting a total for this one, so it's going to be at the end of the month. So we'll hop back over into our ledger here. Accounts receivables just straight in here. And within this transaction, accounts receivable will be going down because our client has paid off their accounts, so we're wanting the accounts receivable to be credited and the bank will be debited. So on the ledger, this transaction will go on the credit side. That's for $1,500. So we'll colour in that square so that we know we've done it. Next column over, we've got GST. We've got GST here. We're posting the total for that one. It's $408. So hop into our ledger, find our account for GST, posting the total, so it's the end of the month. It's going to come from the cash receipts journal. And this one was for $408. In this instance, GST goes to the credit side because it comes from the credit side of the cash receipts journal. Okay, so we'll colour in that square, make sure we know we've done it. Next one we've got is bank. So we're going to post the total for bank. It's $11,988. So I'll post that into the bank account on our ledger. Bank, here it is. Within the cash receipts journal, the bank column is a debit, so this is going to be going to the debit side of the ledger. Posting a total, so end of the month. And our particulars just go down as receipts. Posting reference is still the same, and we just pop in the total. Okay, and we'll colour in that square so we know we've done it. So we just have a quick check. We've posted all of the totals that we need to within the other column. We've gone through and we've coloured in each square. Yep. So that means everything from the cash receipts journal has been posted to the ledger. So that's done. Next thing we need to do is go over to our payments journal. We're going to do the same thing on this side that we did over there. So remember, this time all of these squares here are debits and the bank is a credit within the cash payments journal. So we'll start off with inventories. Hop over into our ledger. Find our inventories account. We've already got one entry on the credit side. That's okay. We'll pop this one on the debit side. This is going to be at the end of the month, February 28th. Bank is going to be our reference, CRJ. And $1,240 was the amount. Okay, hop back into the cash payments journal, colour in that square. Next one we've got wages. We're posting a total, so that's going to be for the end of the month. Find wages, goes on the debit side. $4,000. Okay, colour in that square. Next one we've got the other column, so we'll go through and post these individually. We've got sales returns here. That's a debit because it's on the cash payments journal, so we're debiting the sales returns account, $90. So I'll pop that into our ledger. Here we've got sales returns. Pop it in for the individual day that it happened, because we're not posting a total. So February the 3rd, bank, cash payments journal, $90. Pretty straightforward. Colour in that square. Next one down is electricity, so we'll find our electricity account. Here it is. Electricity is an expense. Expenses are debit by nature. We're not posting a total, so it's going to be the individual date that it occurred. Bank, cash payments journal, and $409.09. Sorry, $400. And we will colour in that square. Next one we've got office equipment. So that is an asset. That's going to be down here. Assets are debit by nature. We're posting it for the individual day that it happened because we're not posting a total. February the 5th, bank, cash payments journal, $1,340. Pretty straightforward. Colour in that square. Next one we've got is for accounts payable. We're posting a total for this column. So we'll hop into our ledger, accounts payable. February 28th, we've got bank, cash payments journal, $250. Okay, next account we've got is GST clearing. So that is a column total that we're posting, $307. So we'll find GST clearing in the bank account. This will be in the ledger rather. We're posting a total. It's going to the debit side, February 28th. Comes from the cash payments journal. And $307. Going to colour that one in. Last but not least, we've got our bank account here. This is the credit side of the bank account. We're posting a total. So we'll head into our ledger, scroll up and find our bank. So February the 28th. Particulars for this one are payments, because that's all of our payments. Comes from the CPJ. And the total of our payments was $7,627. Okay, we'll head back into our cash payments journal, colour in that square, check that we've posted all the column totals that we need to in the other column, we've posted the individuals, that's all done.